So we open up with the Krang receiving a message from their supreme leader, Krang Supreme. It's basically if that one supervillain from Marvel had a crossover with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Y'all know who I'm talking about. And they start doing this thing where they tingle their fingers while holding their arms up in a very similar way to a certain hate group who I will not bring up. And the Krang Supreme tells the other Krang that in 6 hours they will prepare for world domination. And then they start doing this Imperial March type beat emote. Like, bro, wrong universe. So then we go to the lair and we see Leonardo watching a show called Space Heroes. And bro, I love when shows or movies do this. Like, they'll watch a show within the show. I've always found that cool. But the main character basically sacrifices himself in order to protect his team and everything. Nickelodeon, I like what y'all did there. Foreshadowing, I like that. So then Donnie and April show the turtles that they found out that the Krang are preparing for world domination. And then we get this cool little montage of them gearing up, and then they go out into the city to fight the war. So meanwhile, back in the sewers, April is questioning Master Splinter about why he isn't going with them. And he tells her it's because he's the teacher. His job is to prepare them to go out and fight, not actually go out there and fight with them. And then April gets all mad and she's like, not all of us can sit around on our bums all day and be rats. So then he basically pulls the I'm older than you, shut up card and walks off. So then April goes to the pinball machine, and then her dad walks up behind her and he sees that she wants to help. So when she tries to call the turtles on her teapot, the dad tells her no because the Krang already know they're coming. And if I'm April in this situation, I'm like, hold up.
Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Because how exactly does he know that the Krang know that the turtles are coming? Because there's no way that's just a lucky, educated guess. That's like me playing on a basketball team and knowing the exact defense the other team is going to come out in. Lucky guess? I think not. Unless they've been running the same defense all game. Now that's different. So then we see them walking down the tunnels, and her dad just looks back at her with a look of regret in his eyes. Two of the Foot Clan soldiers come out of nowhere and they just grab April, and then Karai comes in the cut, bro. This man, Mr. O'Neil, has slimed out his daughter. His own daughter, bro. I don't think I've ever seen anything as evil as this. Like, bro, she already goes through enough because you ain't been in her life, and she has no mother figure in her life, and now you're gonna do this?
Damn.
Bro, her best friends are talking turtles.
Damn.
And you're gonna set her up by the ops of her best friends? Really?
Damn.
Really? Like, bro, no matter how bad my relationship gets with somebody I know, I would never do something like this to them, ever. If I got a problem with you, we gonna run that 30 seconds for sure. And if my voice sounds a little bit raspy, I apologize. I have been under the weather for like the past week, but I ain't never let that stop me. So back to the video. So then we see the Shell Razor crash into the front of the TCRI building, where there are a bunch of Krang soldiers just spawn camping it right there. And they all just open fire at the Shell Razor, but then this lady general, whatever she is, stops them. And what comes out of it is not a turtle, but the turtle's robot. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Metalhead. And he starts throwing different parts of his body at the people, and then when these three Krang bots try to jump him, they get hit with a flamethrower to the face. And then we cut to this really cool shot of the turtles flying in the air like they Batman or something. Yo, we really got flying turtles before GTA 6. And I ain't gonna lie, Rockstar need to hurry up with this game drop. If they don't drop it on November, whatever they said they're gonna drop it on, we're gonna all just strap up and rush the Rockstar headquarters. So instead of rushing to the inside of TCRI, the turtles flop to the top of the building and they camp up there. And then Raph comes up with the really smart idea to use a pigeon to bypass the security camera. So then Mikey causes a distraction so that the turtles can get by, and Donatello just whacks them both in the face. And bro, the way the Krang talk in this scene is so funny, bro. Like, just listen to this.
This is going to leave that which is known as a mark. Affirmative.
Like, bro, every time I would watch the show as a kid, I would start cracking up laughing at how funny the Krang were when they talk. Because they always said the same word like twice or three times in a sentence trying to sound smart. So then we see Master Splinter back in the lair meditating. And then here comes this slimy nigga, Mr. O'Neil. And these two little robotic dogs show a hologram Shredder sending a message to Splinter. He tells them to pull up and run the phase so they can finish what they started all those years ago. That will make sense in a few moments. Just wait on it. So then we cut back to the turtles at TCRI, and Leo has this weapon in his hand. And basically once he shoots it one time at the reactor or portal opener or whatever this thing is, it's supposed to shut it down and woohoo, the world is saved. And that's what he does. He shoots the thing, but there's one complication. There is a force field around the generator, bro. So instead of making one quick trip and ending this thing for all, now the turtles gotta fight the entirety of the Krang, which is a light snack for them, I'm not gonna lie. Oh yeah, and they gotta fight this dude that's made out of a volcano, which probably won't be as easy as fighting the Krang, I'm not gonna lie. So then we see Splinter pulling up on Shredder, but first he gotta take out these Foot Clan soldiers. And kinda like the turtles fighting the Krang, this is an easy light snack for him, bro. He demolishes this group of Foot Clan soldiers in less than a minute, bro. Like, bro, just watch the bodies drop outside. god. Yo, imagine getting beat up by a rat, bro. But not just any rat. This rat is the size of a human and knows all forms of karate and taekwondo. I'm not gonna lie, if I ever got beat up by a rat, that might be my last day on earth. I might just end it all. So then we go to Shredder's lair and we see Fish Face and Dog Pound. And then we cut to this shot of a Foot Clan soldier opening the door and then dropping to his knees. And then he falls flat on his stomach and is dragged away into the darkness. And then we see Splinter appear right behind Dog Pound. This man is not playing no games right now. He low-key out here moving like Batman. He using fear as a technique. I like it a lot. And then he makes this man Dog Pound look silly, bro. Splinter hits a weave, then another weave, then he does a triple flip over his arm and just straight smacks this nigga in the face on all types of disrespectful timing. Yo, this man Splinter really getting active right now, I can't lie. So then Dog Pound and Fish Face try to charge at Splinter both at one time, but then Splinter ends up getting out of the way and Fish Face hits Dog Pound with a kick straight to the balls, yo. And I know that kick hurt too, bro. Oh my god, imagine getting kicked in your nuts with a metal boot. There is not enough money in the world you could pay me. That, bro, that's like that one scene from the Boondocks where the dude keeps kicking him in the nuts like over and over with that iron boot. Like, dog, I know he wasn't able to have kids after this, bro. His bloodline ended with him. So when Splinter tries to go over and rescue April, we find out that it was a hologram by one of them little robotic pets. Then when Shredder starts doing this evil laugh from wherever he is, Splinter asks where April is. And this man Shredder gave April to the Krang. Hey, bro, this man, bro, oh my god. In every adaptation of Shredder you see, this man is always doing the most evil things ever, bro. And somehow April always ends up being one of or the main person that he does the wrongdoing to. Like, my god, what is your obsession with doing April wrong? So then Shredder sneaks Splinter from behind, revealing that Splinter is now a rat. And you know what Shredder does? Shredder dead just laughs in this nigga's face, bro. I can't. But Splinter ain't never back down from no fight. He's standing 10 toes and he rushed straight at Splinter. So then we cut back to the Turtles, and after doing some pretty crafty acrobatics, Leo manages to defeat the Volcanic Man. Or so we thought, because this dude starts regaining his body parts. Like, they genuinely start coming back to him like magnets. So not only do they still have to worry about that portal generator opening, now they gotta worry about an even angrier Volcanic Man. I ain't gonna lie, I would hate to be in their position, gang. I couldn't do it. Like, it's so much going on. Like, I gotta worry about one thing, then I gotta worry about fighting a volcanic monster. I can't do it, bro. I'm not doing it. But in the midst of the Turtles watching a Volcanic Man regrow in real time, the portal activates and a giant beam starts coming down into the TCRI building from the sky. And like the fearless leader that he is, Leo steps up and takes charge. He starts running around slashing all the Krang with his sword, and as the aliens fell out of the robotic bodies, they would explode. So Leo uses that to his advantage and jumps on all 3 power points of the generator, causing it to explode. My guy Leo was always tough, bro. Don't get me wrong, I was a big Michelangelo fan and I still am. He's my favorite Ninja Turtle, but Leo was always so cold. But in the midst of him doing this, he gets blasted out of the building and he falls down off of the roof. But thankfully the Turtles have reacquired their wings and Raph was able to catch him out of the air from falling. So you might be thinking it's over now, right? Yeah, you be completely wrong, because the Technodrome, this big old circular thing with spikes on the outside, comes flying through the sky and it starts abducting people off the streets. Like, dude, imagine you in this New York and you have plans for that night. You have plans to go watch a movie, take your shorty out or whatever, and all of a sudden you just see this big old gray and purple thing flying in the sky abducting niggas. Like, bro, what can you do? So then we cut back to Shredder and Splinter fighting, and then we're taken to a flashback moment. And in this flashback moment, we see Splinter, but he is not Splinter in this. We find out that Splinter was actually a human before he got turned into a giant rat, and his name was Hamato Yoshi. And I'm not gonna lie, he was living a pretty good life. He had a wife, a nice house, they lived in a nice area, and he had just had a child, and her name was Miha. Now that is a very crucial part in this flashback of the story, so let's keep that in mind. So apparently at a time, Shredder and Splinter were friends, but Shredder got jealousy, so he started to hate on the perfect life that Splinter had. So he decided it was time for him to go to the streets and harness his anger. And by the streets, I mean he joined the Foot Clan. And dog, the way he does Splinter is so crazy, I can't even lie. Him and his Foot Clan soldiers rush Splinter's house, they burn it down, and they kill his wife. But just when you think it can't get any crazier, it does. Because this man Shredder took Splinter's daughter. Hey, I could see if they were still bros and he took his daughter for like good protection if Splinter died. But like Splinter's still alive. He just did that for the love of the game. So then we see the turtles head back to the lair and they looking around for everybody. Then we see Michelangelo go into the training room where Mr. O'Neil jumps out from behind a tree and tries to sneak him. So are we gonna really sit up here and act like he's not a ninja? Did you really think you could get past and try to sneak by a ninja? Really, Mr. O'Neil? Really? This dude is a slime ball and he's dumb. I ain't gonna lie, bro. He got to get his priorities straight with life because you are a terrible father and you are a tard. So then the turtles come in there and they pin Mr. O'Neil down to the ground and they find out that he's had a chip in the back of his neck this entire time. And we find out that this whole time he's been brainwashed by the Krang and Shredder. So then we finally find out where April is, and she is on the Technodrome. Now you might be thinking, oh, she probably got abducted in one of them space pods or whatever. My nigga, they're using her to power the ship, dude. What? Like, bro, why does April's brain have to be the source of the ship's power? I thought aliens were smarter than that, bro. And look at Krang Supreme. Why is his mouth moving like that? That's ah! Yo, my throat is mad sore right now, and it has been for the past week and a half, so that scream was definitely not okay for me. So then we go back to Splinter and Shredder fighting, and we find out who Splinter's long-lost daughter is. Karai is Miha, bro. Oh my god. So you telling me this man Shredder invaded Splinter's home, took his wife's life, took his kid, and raised her to hate her biological father? I'm not gonna lie, bro. That is some top tier hating right there. I ain't never seen nothing like that. I ain't gonna lie, bro. If that's me, I don't care how good of a good guy I am. We are fighting to the death and I'm winning. No joke. Cause no way you finna tell me that you took my biological daughter from me and raised her to curse me and wish death on me for her entire life? No way. But even after in all the distraught that he just went through, this man Splinter refused to give up. So they start scrapping again and this man Splinter starts going stupid. After Splinter moves out of the way of one attack, Shredder goes in for another one, and this man Splinter uses being a rat to his complete and total advantage. This nigga bites one of Shredder's blades off of his gloves, dude. And I'm watching this like, oh my god.
Oh my god, he on X Games mode.
So then we find out that Krang Supreme is really pump faking about being all tough. Because when the turtles come in to save April, Raph simply hits the thing with a kick in the face and just squishes its nose. And then they just run free with April. Like, never did you ever tell me that the Krang Supreme was gonna be this phony, bro. Never. If I wanted to, I'd go up in there and dismantle that whole ship, gang. No problems, with ease. So maybe I put too much dip on my chip because Krang Supreme does a Dr. Octopus move and grows 4 armed tentacles and starts chasing after the turtles in April. So then we go back to Splinter and Shredder fighting, and Splinter is about to lay the final blow and put the nail in the coffin and end Shredder once and for all. But then Karai comes in the cut and saves who she believes is her father. Yo, I know Splinter going through it right now. Like, it's gotta suck. Honestly, trying to fight your daughter and fight the nigga that stole your daughter from you? Gang, I know he's going through it. So then when Splinter realizes that he's fighting Karai, he tries to explain to her what happened, but she is not going for it. And you know what this nigga Shredder is doing in the background? He is having the time of his life giggling in the background, bro. I'm done. Yo, Shredder is a top tier menace and a hater. I can't even lie. So then when Karai tries to get Splinter to actually throw down with her, he runs away, refuses to fight her, and she calls him a coward. And I understand why Splinter walked away, gang. He just couldn't do it. Like, bro, he unwillingly got turned into a rat and he never got to see who his child was. He never got to watch her grow up to be a strong, independent young woman. Instead, he had to go all these years knowing that Shredder, years and years and years ago, took his child and made her his own. So then we go back to the turtles running from Krang Supreme, and while they're running, Mikey falls through this hole in the ground. And once Leo sees his little brother hanging on for a strand of life, he comes through and takes this blaster laser thing off of Krang Supreme's head and rescues Mikey. But this puts him in a crazy dilemma here. No, Kelly. No, not right now. Leo has the choice to either hop in the space pod with his brothers in April or stay behind and fight Krang Supreme in order to save the city. And this is where that foreshadowing I was talking about earlier comes in. I love it, bro. I love it. And he ends up staying back and fighting Krang Supreme and sending the turtles in April out in the space pod. And then shortly after April and the turtles crash, the techno drone comes falling out of the sky and it lands in the Atlantic Ocean. But of course, they're not gonna kill off the main character, because shortly after, we see Leo swimming over to the crashed space pod in a buoy. He hops on the ship, celebrates with April and the turtles, and they have saved New York. And that is going to do it for this video. I hope you guys had as much fun watching this as I did making and editing it. My bad, I've been gone for so long. I ain't gonna lie, school been stressing me out. I ain't been feeling too good. As you can tell throughout this video, my voice has sounded a little bit raspy. Like, I don't know if y'all can tell, but like right now my throat is kind of hoarse. But I'm gonna keep grinding and pushing these videos out to y'all because I love y'all for real, bro. But yeah, make sure y'all like and subscribe, and y'all already know the drill. I hope y'all have a great day, stay blessed, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Peace.
Rewind this motherfucker, you know you can't help it.
Need nobody, kick it by myself. Need nobody, but I do need help. Too much on my mind, shit a mess. Why you lying? Get it off your chest.